Hi, I had a question from a few of you asking what a radical was in the questions that you were working on Pythagorean theorem. So I thought I'd do a quick little video to explain what a radical is. It's essentially an expression that has a root with it. So if I have the square root of 3, that's an example of a radical. If I have the square root of 8, that is also a radical. However, it can be simplified a little bit. And I imagine this is maybe where the problems were occurring on MathSpace. So when I think about the number 8, there's different factors that we have. We have 1 and 8, and we have 2 and 4. So instead of writing it as the square root of 8, I can write it as the square root of 4 times 2. So when I do it like that, I know that I can actually get an answer for the square root of 4, which has a value of 2, and then the root 2 stays there. So this is the simplified form of the square root of 8. It can be broken down. When we're breaking them down, so if I were then to do another example where I have the square root of, let's say, 50, I know that 50 is the same thing as 5 times 10. However, I won't use 5 times 10 because neither one of them represent a perfect root. Instead, we're going to do the square root of 25 times the square root of 2. So this is an alternate way of writing it. It might make it a little bit easier to see that the square root of 50 is the exact same thing as 5 root 2. The reason why we want to have expressions written like this is because they're accurate. There's no rounding involved in these answers. If I have the square root of 6, I can't reduce that anymore because the square root of 6 can be written as 3 times 2 or 1 multiplied by 6. Neither one of those numbers represent perfect roots. So hopefully that clears up what a radical is. And if you have any other questions, please do not hesitate to contact me.